This is the most fun vehicle I've ever owned. Uh-oh. Yo, welcome back, whether you're a longtime viewer or a newer subscriber. I appreciate every single one of you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. Now, I've had fast vehicles, I've had stick shifts, but it's nothing compared to the things I've been doing in the Cybertruck. And I've only gone off-road twice. And they've both been in the mountains. I haven't taken it to the dunes yet. I mean, I got some ideas and some plans to maybe in the future do some things like that. But so far, going off-road twice, I'm having fun. Now, you could say this is a fire trail. It's not really off-road, but I'll tell you what, this is off of the road. And for me being a beginner, this is off the road. So it's off-road to me. And it's not for every vehicle. Everyone can't do it. And it's still, it's still, we're taking steps. For right now, hey, don't knock what I'm doing, what we're doing out here. Don't knock it, baby. If you'd asked me 2 years ago, would you be off-road in the mountains driving over rocks and boulders? I'd be like, nah, not really. No, well, that's not really my style. And I know other trucks, other vehicles can go off-road, right? But I have an EV. I have a Tesla Cybertruck, and we went out to Big Bear, California, and we were 7 EV deep. We had 2 Cyber Beasts. One was our most experienced driver. His name was Gabriel. He came out there and he led us. And then we had Armando, who makes some really cool accessories for people who go off-roading. We had an R1T by Kobe, the original Kobe. Sherwin, who just picked up his Rivian R1S, and he was a little reluctant to bring it out there because it's brand new. He had it for a week. It's brand new, and he has all-season tires. He doesn't have the all-terrains. But we convinced him. He brought it out, and he managed. He did really well. And then we had 2 Hummers. And it's pretty cool because with the Rivians, we had the truck, R1T, and the SUV, the R1S. With the Hummer, we had the truck with Paul, who went out with us last time to Lytle Creek. And he has that black Hummer pickup. And then we have Butter from Butter EV, and he just picked up a Hummer SUV. So it was cool to see all the different varieties of American-made EVs out there. And the good thing about Butter is the SUV comes with a spare tire, and we had to use that spare tire. There was one more person that I cannot leave out. Yes, we had all these big trucks and SUVs, but we also had a very capable overlanding Model Y. And Sean brought his out there, and his is rigged up. He is ready to go. And there were some concerns about, some of the higher terrain, but he did really well. He only had one hiccup too. And I brought my brother along. My brother came along. He wanted to experience it. And this is Chris, and he has his channel OnaBudget. Everybody will be linked below, so go check out everybody's channel. But the good thing is when you find a crew, and we don't have an official off-roading club or anything like that, only knew 3 people. The thing is, if you're gonna go off-roading, make sure you go with a group of people. But we all met at the base, and we all used the superchargers, and we filled up as much as we could, so we were ready to go. And some of the things that really stood out was we had a pack, we all communicated, we stayed together. We got dirty out there, right? We got dirty. Some people removed these front fairings, and I did not, but I noticed that I did clip this one a little bit. So if you look right here, I did clip it, and it's starting to come apart, little battle scars. And if you look closely, you will see I got some surface. I can't tell if these are scratches. We'll see after I wash it, or just the dirt. If you see right here, I got some scratches here, but I do have a PPF on there. And if these are scratches, the PPF has healing properties. So we'll see how that goes. But I had a PPF. The other 2 did not. They had their standard, stainless steel. You see that right there? And we all look cool out there. Now, some of the things to talk about is make sure you have a group. Make sure you have a way to deflate your tires. And I bought something on Amazon, and my gauge wasn't working. So I had Sherwin come over like, what's up, man? He said, oh, this gauge isn't working or whatever. And then Gabriel had these quick releases. They worked out fine, because with the Cybertruck, you could go into the cabin and you can check the PSI real time. Of course, if you deflate, you need a way to inflate. The last time I went off-roading, I had this 110 volt powered charger by Astro AI, and I wanted this because I could just plug it in here and charge it, and it was slow. It took about 12 minutes for each tire. Imagine that, 48 minutes, right, to fill up all 4 tires. That's a long time. And I guess they said I had the wrong one, but again, I chose that one because I just wanted to plug in. But I did reach out to Fanttik, and no money was exchanged, of course. They sent out the X9 Ultra. This took about 3 minutes. It is battery operated, so I was a little concerned, but it comes in a nice tight package with a handle. It's nice and heavy duty, and I got out there and I noticed Gabriel had one too. It has really cool, big screen. I still have my plastic on, but nice readable buttons. It has a flashlight, lighting in case you're out there and you need it. You have presets. I set mine to 50, and I filled up all 4 tires, and I filled up one of Butter's tires, and I still have 2 bars left. I had 3 left after my 4 tires. His tire, you know, took a little toll, but still, it was fast. It's 3 minutes. It took 3 minutes to fill up my tires. So 3 minutes a piece, that's 12 minutes. That's a huge difference. And it's not very loud. And I'm gonna obviously look at it. It looks rugged. Look, it's been through a lot. The cable's underneath, and you just plug it in with a USB-C to charge it. And you can use this, you know, if you need to charge other things. I don't know. This really comes in handy. And I felt really good seeing that Gabriel had one too. I'm like, okay, so he knows what's up. And he's our most experienced driver. So make sure you pick up one of those. And also you see back here, I always keep this mobile charger. And you see right here, hey, we actually needed it, right? That 220 came in handy because you could plug that into the Cybertruck. And I had to do that because Sean's Model Y was getting very low on range. So when we stopped for lunch, I don't know, Sherwin maybe was like, hey, can you give him a little boost in the Cybertruck? I said, yeah, let me do it. And at that time I had 60%, and I gave him 7% of mine as I plugged it in, and he gained 7%. So it's about a 1-for-1, which is really cool. And that gave him enough to get down the mountain to the supercharger, and it was good to go. So that's what I'm talking about. The functionality of this truck is amazing. And again, going with a group is very critical because you never know what kind of obstacles you might have, right? Butter tire went out and they went down, and you know, hooked them up. But just some of the things that we experienced on that trip, we were just rolling around. We hit some, like I said, some rocks here on the trail, little rocks, bigger rocks. And then all of a sudden, Gabriel just saw a little offshoot and hit it. And he did it so quick without saying anything, we couldn't even record to the end of it. I'm like, oh man, I wish you would have told me, right? And then, you know, I was like, oh, who's next? Who's next? And Butter was like, I'll do it. So he set up his hover, right? We were like, okay. I said, let me get to the top so I could film this. So I went to the top, and it took him a few tries the first time. He was like, oh, nope. And that's where the experience comes in. He goes up, and he had a bad angle. He's like, all right, let me bring it down, let me bring it down. He tried it again, and he had a little rock right there, and he got stuck. Not stuck. He got stifled for a minute, right? And then he came down, and he said, okay, I got the angle now. And he went up, and he hit that 3-wheel motion. And he got over it, and, you know, here it is. So I got pretty excited when I saw that. And I'm like, okay, I said, you know, I told everybody, I said, we doing the next one then. We doing the next one. And I was like, all right, so, you know, we doing our thing. And then here comes the next one. I'm like, all right, I'm doing this one. Then I hit it. And now, you know, everybody got the confidence, and we're all doing it now. Uh-oh. Kobe did his thing in his R1T. You know, both Hummers did it. And Paul went with his buddy Ian, and Ian did a lot of the driving. So Ian went over it too. Ian hit it, and we're like, okay, there we go. Like, we out there crushing it. We did our thing. It was very scenic. It was very beautiful. It's very rewarding. One of the things that's very different, you know, mountain driving versus going to the desert, to the dunes. Very different experience. So that's the next one I'm gonna try. But, you know, I really appreciate those guys out here, you know, doing their thing and meeting up and everybody being cool. And it was a heck of an experience, man. And one of the jokes were, who's gonna be the first one to wash their trucks? Right? Who's gonna be the first one to wash their vehicles? And they all looked at me for some reason. I'm like, what? What? Do I look like I just need to keep a perfect vehicle? I mean, I like to wash it. But the thing was, I said, no, it's not gonna be me. I need to come back and film it because I was so excited about this trip that I left all my camera gear at home, all of it. I mean, I didn't get any interviews from anybody. You know, I felt bad because I need to learn more about Kobe. I need to learn more about all these people. So what I'm gonna do is, you know, next time we go out, and we will do it again, we will do this again, I'm gonna make sure I get everybody's insight, talk to everybody. My brother loved it. He wants to get a truck now. And I'm like, let's do it, man. But no, I ain't washing my rig yet because, you know, I don't know, this looks dope to me. Look at this, look at that, I put in some work, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never had a vehicle like this. And, you know, even on the inside, you know, my brother was worried about getting dirt all up in here. And I said, that's what it's made for. We down to get dirty, we supposed to get dirty. Look, dust everywhere, the screen's all dusty. You know, having this fridge came in key. We had all kind of cold beverages ready for us. So it was a nice experience here in the Cybertruck. And I'm not worried about keeping this thing as clean as you would think, even though some of y'all think, what, I need to keep a pristine vehicle. But anyway, you know, the off-road menus are easy to follow, simple, nice and big, and it's quite an experience, man. So there are lots of Toyotas out there, lots of other, you know, gas-powered vehicles, a couple Subarus, a couple other vehicles, but mostly Toyotas. And it's funny because, you know, one of us had a radio that was scanning. And while we're scanning, he gets back, he says, man, people were talking about us. People were saying all kind of things like they're ugly, they're weak, saying some very, very crude things about us. I'm like, why people gotta be a hater? But then he did turn around and say, some people said some good things. Some people said that's really cool of them, you know? So it's not all hate. Some people can't appreciate that, you know, we took 7 EVs up there and we just mind our own business. We're not out there trying to compete. You know what I'm saying? We just out there doing our thing, enjoying life. So why you gotta be a hater? But the haters gonna be the haters, and they wouldn't be called haters if they didn't hate. So it is what it is. Try not to take it too personally. And you know, they're not saying it to our faces for the most part. You know what I mean? But anyway, it was a fun trip. If you're a little reluctant or hesitant to, you know, go off-roading, hey, come with a group, come with us, find some people that know what they're doing, find some people that are just ready to go out and explore, and don't worry too much about the damage. Like I said, we got, you know, little things gonna happen here and there, but those are battle scars. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget, Cobra told ya. All right, y'all.